this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your November forecast. And we have a couple events. I want to start out with talking about your ruler because you want to know what your ruler's up to. And your ruler, until about the 12th, is actually going to be in Virgo energy. And then it switches from Virgo energy into Libra energy. And when it switches into Libra energy, Venus switches over into, like the day before, into Libra energy. So for you, the beginning of the month, on the 2nd, Mars is going to be in Virgo, it's going to be conjunct with Jupiter, and it's going to be conjunct with Venus, and this is all emphasizing the 6th house, and the 6th house is routine, a work routine, health routines, mental well-being routines, coping methods. I've been preaching a lot about coping methods. That's going to be emphasized in this energy. And then on the 8th, Venus moves into Libra, into the 7th house. Now, Mars is still going to be in Virgo, and it's still going to be conjunct with Jupiter and Venus, but you're going to have the dynamic of Venus moving into Libra in your 7th house. So I think the analysis that you're going to start to do when Mars is still in Virgo is you're really going to take a good hard look at your closest unions and partnerships during this time. And I want to say that this is on a romantic basis. Okay, so if you're in a good place, it's going to make you want to move forward, and it's going to, you're still going to have a conservative approach to relationships, but you're going to be thinking about what you want long term and having discussions about that with somebody that you deeply care about. If you are people that are in relationships that are not healthy in any way, codependent or destructive, many of you may have a shakeup around this time, or a realization that this relationship is not in fact healthy, because Jupiter's going to go in and expand that issue. So be forewarned, it does depend on where you are at in the process of your relationships. Now, on the 11th, we're going to have a new moon in Scorpio. And for you, your ruler, still in Virgo, is going to be conjunct with Venus during this event. So, and all of this is going to be happening in your 8th house. Now, when all of this happens in your 8th house, you're going to be very interested in figuring out a relationship dynamic. I think there's going to be some insight that happens that may make you need to make a decision about something. It may not be the best news that you've had. I think there's a worry or maybe an unconscious concern that you have that might come up during this time. And it's a time to take a look at it, especially if you're extremely passionate or very concerned, like it invokes like a passionate response in you. I would say deal with it on the new moon. New moons signify new beginnings. And for you, this is all happening in the 8th house. So maybe this isn't so much about something negative as it is letting down some of your walls and letting somebody in. And I think you are wrapping your head around the fact that you no longer have to have walls of steel around your heart, that you can start letting somebody in, and it can make you want to overcome and transform your life for the good. That can be unsettling at first, and I think there lies some of the Scorpio, some really deep inner demons that you have to face, that associated when desire starts to stir some of this stuff within inside of you. And I think what it's coming down to is you're going to have to let go of this coping method of building up a fortress around yourself to keep yourself safe, for many of you that have done that. On the 12th, Mars moves into Libra in the 7th house. This is a big day for you. Now, now Mars is moving out of Virgo energy. Mars didn't really like being in Virgo energy. And in Libra energy, you can move forward in. Now, you can't move as headstrong as you normally do. This is about compromise. This is about having conversation, about being seeing both sides of everything. This is about maybe removing your ego and looking at things to where it would benefit all. I definitely see that in this energy. And the reason I say that is because Mars in Libra is going to be conjunct with Venus in Libra. So this is all about heart, or a creative endeavor, or a pleasure-seeking activity that you do. But I love the energy in November. It's super positive, super progressive. And during this event, Mars in Libra is going to be sextiling the moon in Sagittarius and sextiling Saturn in Sagittarius, both of those conjunct at the time that this event happens. So to me, this suggests that you really are opening yourself up to a new way of thinking when it comes to relationships and how you passionately pursue them, or how you express your passion for a relationship. I mean, this is about letting go of maybe having to have your way and seeking companionship on a deeply intimate level. For many of you, it could be a new idea. You could get a wonderful creative inspiration to change an outcome in a project maybe, or in a work-based endeavor. I mean, I think you're just genuinely looking at life from all areas. Like, you're looking at passion being back in your life, and it is really super positive in this energy for you to do so, because Saturn is here sextiling this event, and it's really opening up your heart to really get down deep. And it's about time that I see something super positive in your life manifesting this way. Then on the 16th, the Sun in Scorpio aligns with Mercury in Scorpio. And this is all going to be happening in your 8th house. So this is about really honestly connecting to your deepest desires. The Sun represents your core, your authentic self, and Mercury is the messenger. So you could have some insight into what you want. Somebody could shed some light and bring you a message that may make you think of things from a different perspective. Through all this energy happening in your 7th house and 8th house, you could meet somebody that really opens you up, if you are single, to like wanting something more than being alone, or facing life in a state of where you're just the leader and everybody else is the follower. I think you're ready to have somebody by your side, for the single people out there. And for the people that are together with partners, I think those people are going to start to feel closer to their partners. They're going to align with their partners more. And I think that they're going to start to validate their partners better. On the 18th, Mercury goes direct. And when Mercury goes direct, Neptune in Pisces is going to be conjunct with Chiron in Pisces. Big healing of just deep wounds, unconscious wounds, or bringing them to the surface for you to face. I feel that this is a wonderful and an enlightening process. This isn't something that we've got to suffer through. I really never like dealing with 12th house matters, like anything that's Pisces related, because sometimes that's a lot of reality. But I love that Neptune's going direct. I like to be in a state of somewhat delusion. Reality can be super depressing, and I think that I love it when Neptune is in a really good mood, because that just means that I get to hold on to hope, and I get to have the hope of something new coming into my life, and fantasizing about it. And I mean, I can't wait for Neptune to stop being in retrograde, because I've had way too many reality checks, as I'm sure that you have as well. Then on the 20th, Mercury moves into Sagittarius. Now, when Mercury moves into Sagittarius, this is big ideas. This is, you are completely enthusiastic about life. It's starting to get better. It's starting to feel better. You're starting to release a lot of these old wounds that you've been carrying around for a while, which is then opening up your mind for a better way to just express what you're going through. You're probably going to start to align with people who are going to broaden your perspectives as well. Part of karmic relationships, if they come into your life, are to help us progress, but also to help us pay back karmic debt. And so I think that at times when I see something like this, and it's so beautiful, and Saturn's in such a great mood, the people that are coming into your life are going to help you blossom like a bud. Like, you're just going to turn into a big flower in this energy. I mean, Mars in Libra, right? So you're being very rational about your thinking. You're able to compromise. You're able to look at things from both sides. You're considering others. You're considering your partner's perspectives. And if this is in business, then you are completely starting to align with the partners, and they are they are starting to understand and validate the value that you are. And during this event, Saturn in Sagittarius and Mercury in Sagittarius are going to be conjunct. So I want to say there are people out there that are resisting this change, and that they could experience this square that I see in Pluto. It could come up against, somebody could have a conversation with you that may make you want to compromise a little bit too much, and you may bite back and pull out a little bit of Aries attitude. But I think for the majority of the people, you guys are interested in a beautiful outcome. And then on the 23rd, the sun moves into Sagittarius in your 9th house. The 20th and the 23rd and the energy and the 24th, all of those events are all sitting in your 9th house. This is about opening up your mind and broadening your perspective and everything. It's about looking at things maybe on a grand scale, long term, especially with all this Venus energy and all this partnership energy. You're looking down the line now. You're not looking back anymore. You're looking down the line at the future and what you want, ideally, your future to hold, because you have all this Neptune pleasurable energy starting to give us hope again and regenerate some of these fantasies that we need to set off progressive thinking. So the sun moves in on the 23rd, the sun moves into Sagittarius. And when the sun moves into Sagittarius, we're going to be thinking a lot more clear. We're going to be very highly confident. We're going to be full of stamina. And I say that you're going to be feeling especially romantic, especially tuned into a partner's needs, wants, and desire. Desire is going to play a big role in this month. You're going to be very social and very excited. Now, for those of you that have been too idealistic about a partner, you may get a reality check on that partner. Or maybe you're getting too idealistic about it, and somebody has a conversation and says, hey, whoa, this is actually where we stand. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that reality check doesn't sit all that well with you. And you may have to rethink something kind of around that time regarding partnerships. And because I think what this is going to do is it's going to challenge. I mean, you're just so excited. You're like a kid. You have that childlike Aries enthusiasm in this energy. And I think if somebody comes in and poops on your parade and makes you extremely realistic about a situation, it's not going to sit well with you, and you're going to Aries the crap right out of this. And you're going to get a little ego-based. And I want to say that's okay, because I like a quincunx keeping us real, right? But I also like that we're in opposition with Uranus and Aries. So this could be new information or an awakening in a relationship or a partnership, or a venture that you desire deeply to do. And it just could be a little bit of a setback. And then on the 24th, Mercury and Sagittarius aligns with Saturn in Sagittarius. And when this happens, I think you're just going to have a new and exciting sunny outlook. And let me tell you, Mars in Libra is going to be sextiling Mercury and the Sun and Saturn all in Sagittarius. So the only thing that could hinder and make this energy drop into a quincunx in Neptune and Pisces and square off with Pluto and Capricorn is if somebody wants to give you a reality check that you aren't interested in. You're not, I mean, you want to feel pleasure. You are not interested in dark and serious conversations, and you're not interested in people questioning your thought process. So it might make you a little bit debatable about this new sunny outlook that you have and the way that you've changed. And it might make you defensive because these people aren't quite understanding that you are going through a change at this time. And there could be a question about that, or maybe a little bit of a tough conversation on that day. Then on the 25th, we have a full moon in Gemini. This is going to be happening in your third house. The third house is the house of communication. And so for you, Mars, during this event, during the full moon, is going to be in Libra, and it is going to be sextiling Saturn in Sagittarius. It's going to be trining the moon. It's going to be sextiling the Sun and Saturn. So I feel this full moon is going to start to really make you want to talk about love, and you want to show everybody how enthusiastic you are about things. If an accumulative energy comes up around the full moon that is Uranian and Pluto and Neptune based, that's all going to be quincunx square and opposition. You may have to take a look at it in a Libra based way and find a way to compromise. I want to say that somebody is going to possibly question some of your coping methods and ask you to downplay everything a little bit. Maybe you're having too much fun. Maybe you're partying too much. Maybe you're drinking way too much. I see drinking a lot. And I think somebody's going to ask you to modify your behavior. That's not going to sit well with you. That could come up around the full moon. For the most part, I think that you're making decisions and you're super optimistic about your outlook. You have a strong vision for the future during November. This is a very transformative month for you. This is about aligning yourself with good energy, a happy place. We haven't had delicious energy like this to talk about in so long, and you are going to plug right into it. And I really do believe that you are going to definitely feel wonderful. Now, I want to say that children are going to be a wonderful feeling for you during this time. I think some of you may struggle with a partner only because it's a change that's happening with this partner. And so sometimes when we go through changes with partners, either we end that partnership and we move forward with a healthy partnership, or we go through a period of compromise and discussions about it, and trying to find a way to meet in the middle and meet everybody's needs. And that for you is a skill that you are working on, but you have not exactly fine-tuned up till this point. But boy, are you going to get a lesson this month in that. Anyhow, guys, thank you guys so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next month.